Welcome back to my teaching and learning channel. Today, I would like to share another teaching strategy in less than 5 minutes. In the strategy that I am going to share with you today, we are going to address the following concepts: patterns, context, and message. And students are going to have the opportunity to practice the following skills: making introductions, producing meaningful statements, and interpreting data. I appreciate this strategy because it provides students with the opportunity to work with different modes of language. Also, this strategy represents a different approach to reading. Also, this strategy allows us to present information in a way that can be more accessible to students. The goal of this strategy is to interpret data and to communicate meaningful ideas. In order to implement this strategy, you will need different types of graphs: bar graphs, graphs that show trends, or pie charts. As you know, this is the data that can be represented in graphs: percentages, quantities, and tendencies or trends. When we represent data in this form, we provide students with a very interesting reading experience. Instead of reading written text, students analyze and interpret the data that is presented in the graphs. With this data, we can ask factual questions, we can also practice different time tenses, and we can give students the opportunity to infer. When we present information in this way, we can always ask a lot of questions using why. Let us look at some examples. In this bar graph, we can practice the past tense, comparatives and superlatives, and inferences. With this other graph, we can practice the past tense, we can ask students to infer in the past, we can also practice comparisons and speculations about the future. With a variation of a graph that shows trend, we can ask students to engage and produce inferences based on personal experiences or context, to generalize, or to speculate about the future. When we present the information in pie charts, students have the opportunity to infer, or to justify, to explain or infer, to make comparisons, and to speculate about the future. What do you think would be the difference if we presented this information in a written text? Which would be more accessible to students? Which text would require less reading time before we ask students to respond? Which text empowers students to use the information in it to produce a response? Texts like this are examples of the way in which multimodal communication helps students to use language for multiple purposes. I hope that you find this strategy to be useful.